Okay, before I dive into today's topic, let's just talk a little bit around love. Let's talk a little bit about relationships. So when we want to talk about relationship, we can also go out of the male female kind of relationship. We can decide to talk about relationship with other people in terms of friendship, maybe people we get to meet, maybe siblings, you understand. So let's talk about love. Let's talk about showing love to people. So when we talk about showing love and feeling love, is it really possible that we love without being jealous? Mm. Because I think jealousy is a normal, it's a common human emotion. So everybody, we all have the tendency of getting jealous, especially when love is involved. You agree with me, right? Yes. So that is why we are diving into a topic today that is centered around jealousy in relationships. So, what are your views about jealousy? Is it really out of point to be jealous? You know, for me, I feel because it's a normal thing, that means everybody can feel jealous. And I think there are some kind of people that the only way they get to know someone loves them is when the person feels jealous about maybe any other relationship you're into. So when the person feels jealous, when they see that this person is jealous, you hear things like he loves you or she loves you, that's why he or she is jealous. And to my very able gender, aha, so those are one of those things that those male figure get to see as a sign that, oh, this baby is in love with you. You know how the Yoruba people put it now, Okoeje, you get it. So when you show some signs of jealousy, there's always this there's this belief somewhere that you're in love. So yes, I have with me my able sister. I have Damilola. Okay, let me make it official. I have Mrs. Damilola Efukoya today with me as my special guest. So we'll be talking about jealousy relationship. And of course, you know how we roll, you know how we do it. You can always call in to air your view. Just give my speaker like 10-15 minutes for her to just drop a point. And yes, the line will be open for everybody where we can just give our own bits about the topic jealousy in relationship. Why some people believe jealousy is one of those things that make you feel loved. Other people don't see it as something that is healthy. Why do you have to be jealous? Is it really necessary or we don't really need it at all? Or maybe we have the healthy and the unhealthy kind of jealousy. All right, Mrs. Damilola Efunkoya, aka Ore Ofesha. Please unmute your mic and let's have you. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, good evening. Good to have you on board. Yes, as my speaker this time around.
You. Oh, well, thank you very much. I really appreciate this opportunity. It's an opportunity. Thank you for counting me worthy to be one guest speaker.
It's a great privilege, my sister. Yeah,
Thank you.
let's dive deep down.
Jealousy.
Mm-hmm.
When I got the topic jealousy, I felt somehow because I know there's always this positive side and this negative side too.
Yeah, this
Jealousy.
is what I want. This
So
is what I want to know. So it can really be positive, right?
yeah.
All right, so let's get going.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. So for giving to have my foundations right, I went online. I did my research.
Okay.
So I got some definition for jealousy.
Okay.
But what marvels me most is that it was a negative definition that came first online, and I was like, wow.
Mm.
Okay. Different definitions for jealousy, probably due to different ways people portray it,
Perceived it.
which means it has both positive and negative impacts.
Mm.
Most times, in this part of the world, where when the word jealousy is being mentioned,
Yeah.
what comes to our mind is usually the negative mentality,
Yes.
because that's what we get to see most times in this part of the world. Now, let me quickly run through some definitions I got, then we'll discuss. The first definition I got was a resentment towards someone. That's a displeasure towards someone for a perceived advantage of superiority. That is
Wow.
in quotes enviness.
Wow.
Envy. Now, the second definition I got was to be jealous means to be protective, zealously guarding. Then it said careful in protection of something one has or appreciates.
Wow.
I think I'll dwell on this definition or a bit.
I
Said
love that
to be
too.
jealous means to be it means to be protective, then zealously guarding, careful in protection of something one has or appreciates.
Careful.
Now it's yes, careful in protection of something one has or appreciates. Now this I'm bringing it into relationship talk. Now it's so let me say it's unfortunate that this definition, the first part is what we get to see people manifest, like
Yeah.
they get protective, they zealously guard they zealously guard their relationship, but they are not careful in protecting the relationship. They are not careful enough in protecting what they have. Because if you are indeed careful in protection of that thing you value, if you truly have close concern for it, you would build a wall of safety around it, which will be founded on peace. Yes, you are marking your area, your boundary, you are marking it safe. But if you truly have concern for it, you will build it, you found it on peace. I want us to come in terms with some truths that jealousy is one attribute of God. I'm sorry, I have to go into the Bible. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
because
yeah, please go ahead.
okay, the Bible records in Exodus 34 verse 14. It said, "For thou shalt worship no other God, for the Lord, whose name is jealous, is a jealous God." Now, my question is this: if God is a jealous God, is jealousy a bad desire? Because in this part of the world, once they say, she's jealous or he's jealous, what comes to our mind is a negative aspect.
And they write such person off like the person is just being jealous.
Yes. So we need to come to terms with that jealousy is one desire that we got from God, that God has put within us. Now, it is a desire created to be expressed within certain conditions. It is the presence or absence of some conditions that makes it either right or wrong. It is the presence of conditions like genuine love that makes it right. If you genuinely love the relationship you are protecting, then you will be patient. You protect. You'll be jealous with love. You make peace the foundation of the relationship. You make your spouse or whoever your partner be at ease in the relationship. So it is the presence of qualities like that that makes jealousy right. Now, the absence of qualities like patience makes jealousy wrong.
Come again. I would love you to repeat that line. The absence of
of qualities like patience. Yes, peace of mind makes jealousy wrong.
Patience.
Now, let me clear my.
Network. Hello. right, so I think our network is a bit fluctuating. So she mentioned, I love the last statement she was about to buttress when she said lack of patience. Lack of patience. Okay, yeah, you're back.
Yeah. Okay. Thank. I'm sorry. It was a call came through, so I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem. That's
So
fine.
he said just like sexual intimacy,
Hmm.
the desire to wanting to be intimate is not wrong,
Hmm.
but having it premaritally is what makes it wrong. Why is the desire not wrong? Because it is God that has put the desire in you, but on the conditions that it becomes a blessing if you have it in marriage.
Hmm.
If it was if it was totally a bad thing, if sexual intimacy was totally a bad thing, then it wouldn't be a blessing in marriage. I don't know if you get my point.
Yes, please.
Likewise, jealousy. How come Apostle Paul would say in Corinthians, he said, "For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy." If jealousy was totally bad,
Hmm.
how come godly jealousy comes in?
Okay, so let me quickly come in a little bit there. So you said it's from your points now. So I'm getting to understand that jealousy is not a bad thing totally. So
It's not
in
a
its
bad
all
thing,
yeah, so
totally.
in its all form, in its all essence, jealousy is not so bad as we painted it to be bad, right?
No,
So that means
it's
you can be jealous and at the same time how did you put it, guiding and maybe marking some boundaries and still making the relationship healthy, sort of.
yes,
All right, so I have a question for you.
yes,
I have a question
yes.
for you. I have a question
Okay,
for you. So
okay.
now, over time, from what we've seen and from what we've heard so far, we've seen cases where jealousy has made some men to lose a very loyal, industrious, submissive, like mention it, give them any beautiful attribute that you can. Jealousy has made some men to lose such women. And on the other part too, jealousy has made uh, some women to also lose, how will I put it, very good men. Just let me use that word.
Yes,
Now, so
yes,
over time, there's a way jealousy um creeps into relationship and it destroys a beautiful foundation or a beautiful relationship or even a promising one that maybe at the end of this, there'll be some relationships that people will just have a positive mind or a positive vibe towards, and all of a sudden it might just turn out to be bad, like terrible. So how do we, should I say, what can we call those ones in terms of, if you want to tag it, jealousy? How are we going to tag them? One, two, is there a way we can bring a balance into jealousy in such a way that it will not cause harm in relationship? I don't know
okay.
if you get my questions right now.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right, please go ahead.
Now, jealousy that is expressed within a right condition of expression
Okay.
can be a blessing.
Within a right
We all at
expression.
some point, yes, right condition of expression.
Okay.
We all at some point have reasons to get jealous, but exploiting it unguided can make it become cancerous.
Okay.
Now, those relationship you talked about. Now let me quickly drop some points. Then I would answer your questions
Okay.
in the course of dropping some points.
All right.
I was in a discussion with a sister one day, and she was asking me how come I don't have trust issues with my husband,
Okay.
despite having female folks around him.
Okay.
I smiled and I told her, I said, one, understanding that there is nothing I can do to keep a man that God has not kept.
Mm.
I
Mm.
already have that mindset that
Mm.
if God has not kept him, there's nothing I can do to keep him.
Mm.
So
I love that.
going outside my personality, like going to fight because of him, or probably going to harass a lady because I feel he's flocking around my husband too much, won't make any sense.
Mm.
Why? Because the man himself is not kept.
Mm.
Now, I now told her, I said, if your partner has not gotten to that level where he can comfortably put his head on your laps and cry. You know, men, they have weak points. They cry, they get tired. We all get weak.
Yeah.
I said, if he cannot comfortably put his head on your laps and cry and tell you, I am tired, then you are not in a relationship yet. You are not in love yet. Now,
That is
the same sister that asked,
if it has not gotten to a point whereby he or she is being vulnerable with you.
yes, thank you. That's the English.
Yeah, thank you. Go ahead.
So if he has not gotten to that stage where he or she is being vulnerable with you, you're not in love yet. Now, what are the things? Then she asked me, how am I able to now bring my husband that everybody sees as this one that acts like military personnel? How am I able to bring him to that point? I said, I give him peace of mind. I tell you, my husband will go and come back and still come and tell me, Abori, there's this babe that sat beside me today. He would describe the babe, and of course, in stature and everything in description, the babe is more than me times 10. Do you know? Yes. Do you know? I would have to be calm in that kind of situation. I say, really? So what happened? What did you now do? I told her I have a wife. Now there was one that happened. He posted his picture, and a church member, a sister like that, screenshotted and posted on her own status. Then she came into my husband's inbox and told him that, do you know, my friends, one of my friends, in fact, they are already in love with you. They feel like having you, like having sex with you and all that. Even my husband did not know that I saw the text. The message, the chat. So I was after. Do you think I didn't get jealous? Do you think I didn't get angry? No, I did. But ability to have to be in control of my emotions. Thank you. To be in control of my emotions. So I was calm enough. After the lady had posted everything she wanted to, she had chatted. Then I now replied as Sister Okpe, well done.
Hey.
So when my husband saw Sister Okpe, well done, he said, my dear, did you touch my phone? I said, yes, I replied one of your. He said, So he now chatted the lady up that it was my wife that replied you, it was not me. The next Sunday, I saw the lady in church. The lady was already shaking and all that. I just greeted her. Sister Okpe, good morning, happy Sunday. You know, she came down to her feet and as in on her knees and was like, Emma Binu, well, I'm sorry and all that. And I was like, I forgot it a long time ago because immediately I saw it. I took it to God that God, it seems this one is getting beyond me. Help me out. So now in that instance, did you see that I was jealous? But being able to manage it didn't make it go out of hand. Now, in that kind of instance, I could have told my husband, is this how you flirt around? No wonder your female clients have the guts to call you even in the middle of the night. What kind of rubbish is that? And all that. Do you know, it would have made the whole thing go out of hand. So, your attitude as a person towards jealousy makes it either positive or negative. Hello?
Yes, please. I'm here.
Okay. So makes it funny enough. The sister that was even asking me how am I able to how come I don't have trust issues with my husband and all that. The same sister had invited my husband for a date that I knew.
Wow.
My husband just told me. Yes. My husband just told me and he said blah 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 blah. And then I asked him, So will you go? He said, if you tell me to go, I will go. If you tell me not to go, I won't go. I now told him, the ball is in your court. I tell you, my sister, after eating that evening, that was the first time my husband would sleep around 5 and wake up around 9 at night in the evening. Then he woke up around 9. So your attitude towards jealousy makes it right or wrong. You want to mark your boundary safe, but on the other hand, you want a peaceful atmosphere for yourself. You want to mark your boundary safe, but know that your partner also needs a peaceful atmosphere. So when God tells you He is a jealous God, He has already created that atmosphere that, okay, when you come to me, come to me, all ye that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. So, meaning going out of God means you're going to the place of unrest. Just create a suitable atmosphere first.
Creating a suitable atmosphere.
Yes.
All right. So let's put it on hold. Let's put it on hold now, and let's see if we have some other people that want to call in before we bring it to an end. All right, Madam Olubukola, thanks for joining in. Good evening. Olayemi Oladapo, I can see you in the studio. Thanks for joining. Good evening. All right, so while Madam Oriofesha was talking, I was getting down some points, and possibly I think I'll need to share maybe sometime later, maybe today. I'll definitely need to share anyways. So she talked about ability to control emotions. So I picked that. That is, even when you feel jealous, your action at that point can determine a whole lot. So I got that. And I got another one too when she said you cannot keep a man that is unkept. All right, Madam Olubukola, thanks for joining.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Mama.
Thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure, Mom.
Well, Oriofesha.
Hey, we can hear you. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, we can hear you now.
Thank you to my darling sister Oriofesha.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'll just like first of all,
sorry, Ma.
jealous.
Sorry to cut you. The network is fluctuating, so some of your words are breaking at intervals. Hello?
Okay. Hello.
Okay, hello. Is it raining where you are?
Heavily. It's raining heavily now.
No wonder. But I think that is the reason why it's season. But no problem. We'll manage it. We'll manage it. You can go ahead, please.
Very quickly, I just want to say that first of all, it's session.
You said?
I'm being obsessed. Are you with me?
Hello? Yes, we are with you. We didn't hear the first word.
It's a thin line being obsessed.
Okay, let me get it. It's a thin line between jealousy and being obsessed, right?
Exactly.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, okay.
The official said you should be able to ones. The God we serve is a jealous, worship any other God aside him. So it's okay to be jealous, but it's not okay to do certain things because of your emotions.
Wow. Yeah.
So you, as an individual, if you're not able to control yourself, I mean, if you see your husband with another woman in a position that is not okay, there is nobody that will say you'll be good with it and you just walk away. No. There's that feeling, you will feel it immediately, like, what is this? But then the ability to be able to calm down and say and talk to your husband like, I didn't like this, or was there a reason for this? Do you understand? And having a discussion about it is very important. So what jealousy is really meaning to us, just as my sister Oriofesha said, is the negative aspect, because people hardly learn to control that particular emotion. It's an emotion that people find difficult to control. So once you love someone, you see people getting so jealous that, they just do the things that they are not supposed to do.
Sorry, Madam Bukola, I'm sorry to cut
Do you understand?
As you're just talking now,
Yeah.
I remember a story. I saw somewhere, I think in the course of the week, someone posted patience cues. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Patient skills.
Exactly. Patience cues.
Mm.
So later on,
Mm.
I saw a story. Now, different people now, I'm just trying to do a connection. While you're just talking, it just came to my mind. So I saw a story of a woman that she's not the type that monitors her husband or even checks her husband's phone and all that. So fortunately, on a particular day, she just felt like checking the phone. Maybe the phone was placed carelessly or something. She just checked the phone, and she realized her husband has been taking antiviral whatever drugs that has to do with maybe HIV, and he was being reminded by the side chick to take his drugs. And this same woman had sex with her husband just 2 days ago. So she ran to the hospital to do a check. And this time around, it wasn't just HIV, she already had AIDS.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, now, my question is there a way we can balance this jealousy and this patience, managing anger thing? Because for that person to have written patience skills, I believe there would have been a level of what she has done or what she has seen that would made her to come to that conclusion. You agree with me, right?
Yes, I agree with you.
So my question now is, I understand the fact that jealousy is a common thing and we might need some level of emotions to maybe strike a balance. I also know that there are some people that they don't want any form of let's say assumption to ruin their marriage. So they would rather just feel everything is fine, and whatever happens, they just want to do it with so much patience. So even if they are jealous, now I want to go back to that word of controlling emotions now. So even if they are jealous, they still try to bury it, to guide it, to maybe send it to sleep. Let me put it that way. So is there a way we can strike a balance between controlling these emotions, patience, and jealousy?
Okay.
Yeah, oh God, I pray your network will give me what I want. It's too season. All right, go ahead, please.
Okay. So now, first of all, greatest prayer is that who doesn't love us
Come again, ma'am.
marriage. I said a very is that we should not fall in love with a person feel the same way as us. I mean, loving somebody that because if all this way, I mean that means they have an agreement.
Hello, ma.
Hello.
We can't hear you well. We can't hear you well. It's going on and
Oh,
on.
I'm so sorry. My network today is something else. This is
I think it's because of the rain. Is it possible
the rain.
you
It was
mute and unmute or drop the call and
and
come
on
back
mute
again
again.
or
Okay,
something?
let me try. Okay, yeah.
All right. So while Madam Bukola was speaking, I remember that story and I just thought of asking. So now two different people, two different stories, two different status. So I saw earlier this week where someone said patience kills. Mm. When I saw it, I couldn't ask, but I went into a deep thought of can patience really kill? But for that person to have put up that, you agree with me that there's a level of what he or she has seen. All right, we have you now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, please.
Okay. Yeah, so I get what the person is you to agree with me, or if you will agree with me rather. There is limit to person. Don't be as patient on you.
Don't be as patient. Uh, hello.
As patience,
Okay.
don't be too patient.
Okay.
An advantage against you. But you have a particular behavior. Be very careful that much of everything is bad. We all say it every. So maybe the man just noticed that, oh, this one in a while it's good for you to check your partner. You know, you guys are still on track. I mean, not checking, but once in a while, be curious about them. Once in a while, do some checkups with yourselves. So the truth of the matter, my darling sister, it's a lot. Loving somebody that doesn't love you. It's not the side chick that will be reminding you know everything about his life. It is the wife. You still hearing me, please?
Yeah, we can hear you. We're actually trying to manage it.
Oh dear. Basically, what I will it is except if you love your partner and you see not okay with an opposite sex, you have to question it with a fight or with anything serious. You have to be able to question it maturely. Yes, you have to. Because if you don't, then something is wrong. So it should just be that it's being checked. You're doing the right thing. So it's, for me, it's not a bad thing to be jealous. It's the way you go about. Be as jealous as, wanting your partner has done some. Try and check it. It's my own point. It's not about able to address issues to control your emotions, the best control your emotions. That is what I feel, sincerely.
All right, thank you so much, Madam Bukola. Even though the network is really doing us a strong thing, but we were able to
I'm
manage
really
it
sorry.
somehow.
I'm really sorry. And I have to drive now. I can't say I'll type.
Okay, no problem, no problem. It's fine. Thank you so much. All right, over to you, Oreo Fesha. What's your point about what I just talked about?
Ah, um,
Your network too. Your
let
network.
me
Your
start
network.
from
Your network.
what can you hear me?
Okay, now we can hear you
Can
already.
you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let me start from where Mama stopped. She said may we not marry someone who does not love us the way
Yes,
we do.
oh, amen.
Over time, I've learned something that is not getting married that is the cocoa, but staying married.
Yeah, you can say that again.
I want to get married. I need to be married. Staying married, gongoni cocoa. My question is, how did they get to that extent? As in, how did they get to that level? As in, what kind of? I'm sorry. I won't. I'm sorry. I have to use this word. What kind of carelessness was that on the woman's part to have left the man, to have allowed him have so much of his wayward ways to that extent? Now, the fact that I am married, the fact that I want peace, does not mean I don't have to put it at the back of my husband's mind that hello, my eyes are all over you.
Well, maybe she's also trying to guide against the jealousy, like you also mentioned. Maybe she does not want to portray that she's a jealous woman, and she just wants him to be. Truly, let's be sincere. Men love to have their own space. Men love to be free, right?
But real men will tell you that they would love to have a wife that can call them to check that, hey, you're going the wrong way. Real men.
Okay. So I don't have. Well, please, I have some men on the show. Please, who is gonna call it? Let's. Let me see. Olayemi Oladapo. Oluwase Pelumi. Yes. So who's gonna call it? Someone should come and bail us out here. So for me now,
True.
men love their own space. They don't like being monitored. So what if the woman just felt, you know what? Let me just allow him. He's a man and he should be old, let's say mature enough. There are some levels you want to place these men that you just feel, oh no, more when he misbehave now. You get now. So maybe she also just decides to just put him at, okay. Let me give him his own space. Let me allow him. So it might not be
Now,
because she's being
um,
careless. It might just be because she felt,
sis, sis,
yeah.
we need to come to um, we need to come to terms with the fact that we are all humans and anybody can mess up anytime.
Thank you. I love that.
Being human puts us at the risk of doing some wrong things that even we ourselves will never imagine at times. That was why I said the fact that I want to protect my marriage does not mean why should I leave my husband to have it or him as in his way just like that? Okay, I was talking to a sister during the week. I
Network, no.
so I
Hello.
called her. I told her I
No,
saw
no.
this, I saw
Sorry.
this.
Come again.
Hello?
So you said you
Okay.
called a sister during the week.
Yes, I said I had a revelation. I saw this. I saw this concerning our union. She
Okay.
said, okay, no problem. That there's this ex of her husband that the ex used to chat her up, and people do tell her that he won't take her, he won't take him, she won't take him away from you. Just that she wants to repay back all the goodness that your husband had done. That one is not even my problem. The one that even got me was when she said, Auntie Dami, you are my auntie. Let me tell you, I know my husband has all these side chicks. He has all these side chicks. Now the way she was talking, not one, not two, not three. Now, my question is, I don't understand. You are going into the marriage. Is it alongside with side chicks? Did you sign that?
I don't understand.
Now, you did not sign it. You saw the first one. You saw the second one. My dear, I saw this. I'm not pleased with this. It's not fair now. Okay, go back on your knees and go and pray. It's so unfortunate that this lady is not praying concerning it, and is just accepting it. Now, let's now say probably one of those ladies now decides to have the husband to herself, goes extra mile. You know what I mean? And have her to herself. And have him to herself. What would we call that? We are still trying to allow the man have his own way. We are all humans and we are prone to errors. So we are there as husband and wife to put each other in check. So I don't have to sound bossy. I don't have to sound like I'm correcting you all the time. But that's why we used to say, someone said, and me too, I used to quote, even if you say all those brothers that have the same mindset or the same belief with you, if you say they are not good, still check within those brothers. You still find one that is good. Because if you should go outside that circle to go and find a brother that does not, you don't have the same mindset, you don't even understand the brother, but all in the name of he is nice, when issues come, you may not be able to think alike to settle it. This is a problem. It's becoming a threat to your marriage. It should be addressed.
Okay,
Yes, we are praying.
Sorry to
Hello?
cut you now. I quickly want to bring you back to the definition of jealousy you gave.
Okay.
So can we go over it again?
Yes.
All right. So let's go together now.
Okay.
So you define that jealousy as guiding what you love or protecting what you love, right?
Yes.
Now, okay, so you mentioned a word there that I want us to talk about. You mentioned careful.
Yes, careful in the protection of something one has or appreciates.
Careful in the protection. So I want to get from what you're saying now. My question was, when I narrated that story, my question was, how can we bring a balance to patience, controlling emotions, and jealousy? Right?
Okay.
Good. So when you mention the word careful, so does it mean that while you're being jealous, you might not need to just ignore? Let's use that word. The story of this woman is just about, she does not check the husband's phone. She just maybe she lets the husband to have his own space. You get? And if you still agree with me, this phone checking thing is still something that till tomorrow, so many people will argue with you that it is wrong.
It is wrong if you have a small shock absorber.
So some will tell you it is wrong. Now, for some reasons, why some will tell you it is wrong, because as a woman, you might eventually see what you're not supposed to see, and it will cause some issues. Now, on the man's part, maybe it means you're not trusting so much, or you are intruding into his privacy. Now, so let's assume this woman was trying to avoid all manner of whatever anything could say around checking the phone, and she never did for a very long time. And on checking, so much harm has been done, right? So when we want to talk about being careful, now you said carefully protecting what you love. So is it that, I really don't want us to use the example of the lady you're using. You were talking about she already knew the man has side chicks. And believe me or not,
Okay.
some ladies can deal with men that has multiple partners. Yes,
Okay.
I'm beginning to understand that lately. That there are some women that they don't care if you have multiple partners, they know how to deal with you. And it might not really cause an
Okay.
issue between you and them. There are some women like that.
Okay.
So now let's come back to this very story now, that she's not the one that checks, she's not the type that checks or monitors her husband. But at the long run,
Okay.
she had, in fact, I don't know what the right word to use now, because so much harm has been done. So if we want to use the word careful in this scenario, are we going to say she might need to check the phone once in a while, or she might need to just okay, let's go spiritual, maybe put him in prayers, or does she need to just say some things to just be like, oh, we are on point. Oh, I don't know if you're getting it. So let's
Okay.
help me to use that word careful in this scenario.
Okay. Now I want to establish one fact that I'm trying to be careful
Okay.
does not mean I have to be ignorant, because being ignorant will make me pay a huge price for it. Now that I'm trying to be careful does not mean I have to be stupid. Sorry to use that word.
Okay.
Now, stupidity does not define gentility.
Okay.
Not in any way. Stupidity does not in any way define carefulness. Now, the lady that just felt, okay, let me just go through my husband's phone one day. What prompted her? There must have been probably some signs, some red flags that she would have been seeing, but she would have been ignoring.
Okay.
There is a way you can perceive immorality around you if you are careful enough. It cannot be hidden for long. You will perceive it. Now, deciding to act ignorant about it will make you pay a huge price for it. Now, she's trying to be careful. I understand, but you have to understand that not one formula does not work for all marriages.
Exactly. Thank you.
Now, that someone has said, okay, you don't go through your husband's phone, you don't do this. Fine, it works for a lot of people. In fact, it's a good advice. But in your own marriage, there are some pointers that will lead to that will make you just
want to check.
Yes. If she was indeed patient and she felt okay till that point, she was patient and something just prompted her. To me, I would say her patience wasn't enough. But I'm sure she saw it, but she decided to be ignorant about it. She decided to look away from it. And these issues that we look away from, they tend to eat us up. They tend to eat us deep. They eat deep a lot into marriage, and it become cancers.
Are you there? Hello? Wow. Yes. Yes.
Is there any issue of self-esteem? Was she a product of a violent violent marriage? Probably her parents were always fighting or something. I don't know. How did she arrive at that? That you would not speak up to say, oh, Mr. Man, what you're doing is wrong, or oh, madam, what you're doing is wrong. We all have entitlement to express our opinion, though not in the wrong manner.
All right, Madam Mario Fisher. It's been an awesome moment with you, and we have just 3 more minutes to end the show. So this is to really appreciate you that you've done so well. And I've enjoyed myself this evening.
Thank you,
and I've also got a whole lot of lessons and points from so many things that you've discussed today. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Talking about jealousy today has really been, it has really helped us to open up so many things and help us to open up so many areas. And if you agree with me, it's a topic that if you want to continue, we'll spend definitely much more than an hour. Thank you so much, Madam Mario Fisher. You're a blessing. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for everything. Yeah, so this is to appreciate you. Thank you so much. Yes, people, thank you for being part of today's show. And we are about to end the show. Our topic today is jealousy. So we discussed jealousy in relationship. I'm going with few points that was dropped from Mario Fisher. So I'd like to also drop some points with you that jealousy has its own it can be healthy, like she said. So most times what we know about jealousy is a very abusive and the unhealthy part of jealousy. And meanwhile, jealousy can be guiding and protecting that thing which you love very, very carefully. All right, and she also talked about being able to control your emotions. So even when you feel jealous and you see that some things are running around that you need to speak up, you need to know how well to control your emotions so you don't cause more harm. And lastly, the God factor. You cannot keep a man that is unkept. You cannot keep a man that God has not kept. You cannot keep a woman that God has not kept. So you also need the God factor. And lastly, God said, if for all of you that are burdened, that carries every burden, that has so much trouble, he said, come unto me, for my yoke is light. He said, I will give you rest. So the only place you can witness rest is with God. So in everything and anything that you do, don't take away the God factor. It is very, very important. Yes, jealousy can be healthy, but how do you do it? Your attitude towards jealousy matters a lot. So it's been an awesome time again with you all, and I appreciate every bit of tonight. Thank you so much, everyone. And let's call it a day today. And let's remember to come next week, same time, 6 p.m. every Friday. Your baby girl will always be here, dishing out beautiful content, educating, inspiring, all for you. Alright, so bye for now. I remain Oluwasegun Helen Ayoyeniko. Helen should go for sure. Thank you so much, everyone. I love you all. Bye for now.